Hello, I am Dan Villarreal here in the beautiful Kendall Square Theater here in Cambridge, Massachusetts, and I am with James Bocock, who played a role, Toby McNeil?
McNeil, yes.
McNeil in the film Office Rampage, which just showed. We have people coming out, and I've got a few questions to ask this nice man over here. So let me understand, you played Toby McNeil. How was that?
It was great. It was great. He's kind of a bad guy, a bit of a odd character. He's kind of shady, kind of looks out for himself, and he makes some pretty bad decisions that have some pretty heavy consequences.
A sociopath, kind of?
Oh, no, not necessarily. Just sort of a selfish individual.
All right. So,
yeah.
So he's like kind of a hardworking, wants to get nobody. He doesn't want no help from nobody.
Yeah.
Just by
kind
himself.
of a and kind of a womanizer would be
right.
a great way to describe it.
Filming the project, how was that? How was throughout the whole project? How did you manage to get yourself together for it?
It was fantastic. I had a great time. I'd done a couple of smaller projects where I was like some student films or where I was sort of like background or supporting. This was my first, I guess you could call it a lead, or certainly like a major character in a short film. And I loved it. I loved it. I like how it turned out. I was a little worried during the course, not having as much experience with such a large role. I wasn't quite sure how that would turn out, but I'm pretty pleased. I'm pretty pleased.
And working with the other cast members, how was that?
They were fantastic. Those guys were great. Several of them have worked with the guys at B-Way 7 Productions already, so they all knew each other. They had a really great camaraderie about them. I fell right in. It felt like just like a really tight group of friends. It was
close knit.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. How was it? Working with Patrick? Describe that. How was that?
I liked it a lot. I really admired Patrick's initiative when he started the Boston International Film Festival and his own.
Which was big. Which was pretty big for himself.
Really very big.
Yeah.
Really very big. And as I recall, he said he was in Boston and just had the idea of like Boston did not have an international festival, so he just asked the city and state if they would like one. This is sort of Patrick's version.
His own style.
And they said, as a matter of fact, we would. And I met him on a train. I actually introduced myself to Patrick on a train, and I'm so glad I did.
Only in Boston, only here. What kind of things did you prepare for yourself for this particular role, mentally, physically? All the above.
Right. I wouldn't necessarily call myself much of a womanizer. So
aren't we all?
Right. So I tried to access other characters that I knew of from theater. I have more of a theatrical background than film. Some Shakespearean, so I sort of thought how those. Yeah, I love it. And it really does a great job of preparing you for everything else.
Once you've done Shakespeare, what can't you do?
Yeah, I know. I got really great training at Shakespeare and Company, actually, in the Berkshires.
Oh.
Yeah,
wow.
So not too far away. So I just thought of certain Shakespearean characters, what they might do, and just sort of explored it on my own, and just felt how it would go. And Patrick was really great, directing scenes, etc., like going over what he was looking for and how best to pull that out.
So describe the time frame. How long did it take to shoot this film?
It's been several months ago, so pardon me if I'm slightly off. I would say we shot the film, at least the bits that concerned me, that I was there for, in a week, maybe 2 weeks, tops. I know Patrick I would say Patrick would ballpark it at around 3, and all the other time that he probably spent in post-production, because that got jumbled up with the International Festival.
Right.
So for my part, I would say about 2 weeks.
Okay. So I hope this film turns out to be very, very well publicly and with you guys. Great job so far.
I'm really excited.
And only here in Cambridge, Massachusetts, I'm Dan Villarreal with James, the one and only Bocock, outside the Kendall Square Theater. Only here on TT and HD. Y'all take care.
Thank you.